everything to expect in tomorrow's Fortnite update. So welcome back, guys. So today is my 30th birthday. I cannot believe it's been almost 10 years of making Fortnite content. I think when I first started, I was actually 21. And I now just turned 30, dude. What a crazy blessing that is. I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support over the past like 9 to 10 years. It has been a long ride, and it's been absolutely wild to see. So I really appreciate it, guys. It's definitely weird to turn 30, but at the exact same time, it's always a privilege to even turn a year older. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for all the support. Thank you guys for everything, and thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. But let's get back to our video. So in case you guys missed it, Pickle Rick and Rick Prime are now coming to Fortnite Battle Royale in tomorrow's update, and it looks like you guys can actually win Pickle Rick in a new Pickle Rick Cup on 3/6, aka in just 2 more days. But with that being said, you guys will have to place obviously relatively high to get this skin early, but it will come to the item shop I believe on Friday or Thursday. So don't worry, in case you guys cannot win it for free, you guys can always still buy it. But aside from that, of course, here's the trailer.
Admit it, you would have been me. I just walked into your garage before you walked into mine.
So pretty awesome trailer. So to kind of break this stuff down, because they did leave out a few surprises. So as far as Pickle Rick and Rick Prime, it'll feature a 1 bundle including a Rick Prime skin, back bling, pickaxe, and emote. Another bundle including Pickle Rick, back bling, and pickaxe, and another bundle including Mr. PB sidekick and Squashy sidekick. So yeah, a lot of surprises are in store. It's kind of wild to see Mr. Poopy Butthole that's going to be inside the game as a brand new sidekick. Definitely be a very interesting name. I kind of wonder if they'll actually use Mr. Poopy Butthole. If that's the case, that's going to be absolutely hilarious. But aside from that, of course, we have that squatchy little cat and stuff like that. So yeah, very cool update. And to add to the stuff, in the background, we can see a ton of teasers for Season 2. What's pretty wild is I think we're seeing a lot of stuff returning from the Chapter 2 island. So yesterday, I tweeted this out, Purple Rivers, we are so back. Because in the background, we can definitely see Purple Rivers inside the Rick and Morty trailer. But aside from that, this is actually from the Chapter 2 island, so we could be seeing the return of this location on the Chapter 7 island, and if that's the case, that is absolutely fire. The Epic Games creative director did note that Season 2 is for the OGs, so perhaps we're going back to like a lot of OG stuff from Chapter 2. If that's the case, once again, I am super ready for it. And besides that, we're also seeing the return of a massive iceberg. So you can definitely tell right here, this massive iceberg is now approaching the Fortnite island, and it's the exact same thing we've seen back on the Chapter 1 island. So again, another teaser for what's to come. And even with that being said, this was also on the Chapter 2 island, so we could be seeing a lot of stuff. And I do believe this iceberg is probably for them trying to re-release the Ice King. So in case you guys missed it, the Ice King remix is now dropping potentially in the Chapter 7 Season 2 Battle Pass. And with that being said, I think that's pretty much why. So a mixture between Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 locations might be on the Chapter 7 Season 2 island as a brand new update. So going back to the OG days, as the creative director has now noted. And to add to this stuff, another location from Chapter 2 is also going to be dropping, and that is Coral Castle. So Coral Castle will be back on the island as a brand new remix location. And we can also see, a 0 point shard and a new lighthouse. So without a doubt, they're definitely bringing out a ton of locations from Chapter 2 and Chapter 1. And it seems pretty freaking awesome, dude. I really do feel like that Season 2 is going to be just absolutely fire. And another surprise collaboration was actually Disney x Hopper, which does feature a very good trailer. So of course, here it is.
Fortnite, 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 Fortnite. Thursday.
So that's officially dropping this Thursday, and then Friday is when the official movie will be dropping inside the theaters. With that being said, we also have for you guys the old return of the Resident Evil skin. So Leon Kennedy, it's actually a part of a new promotion over on Fortnite's YouTube channel. So they actually posted a YouTube short featuring Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil. So without a doubt, we'll probably see the new and old returning Resident Evil skins. So without a doubt, these are very sought after skins. So I definitely speculate it'll do pretty well. Hybex's tweet actually got like 17,000 likes, pretty freaking high just for an old skin release. So yeah, very, very sought after. And to move forward with the video, here's what to expect as a TLDR for tomorrow's update. So the Sevens canon and the involving of the Scar, Hopper and Rick and Morty collaboration, the new Lantern Ramadan skin, Dark Harvester and Rift Shards mini events, Season 2 build-up, which will be the Iceberg, Purple Water, and Season 2 leaks and information. So without a doubt, we'll probably be seeing a ton of information about Season 2. This is the final update of Chapter 7, Season 1. So without a doubt, when we get to Season 2, it's going to be freaking insane. But at the same time, since it's a final update, everything about Season 2 will be inside this update. So definitely be a lot of content tonight. Make sure you guys definitely stay tuned and put notifications on. and I cannot wait to share with you guys a ton of surprises. I think you guys are going to be very happy with Season 2's launch. There's a lot of collaborations in there, and there's actually a lot of teasers that might release tonight, which I cannot wait to actually share. But aside from that, I've kind of a weird update and kind of a sad update. But the White House is reportedly debating on whether Tencent should be allowed to maintain stakes in video game companies like Epic Games and Riot Games. And currently as it stands, Tencent is said to hold a 35% stake in Epic Games. So TLDR, what this means, if the White House, aka Trump, were to block Tencent from having a stake in Epic Games and Riot Games, that would take away 35% of funding for Epic Games, which would mean a huge decline in Fortnite's funding to make updates, to make live events, to have collaborations and like great stuff, and to have employees, obviously. So that would be just absolutely terrible. And I think for Riot Games, I think Tencent owns like 100% of that. So that would completely eliminate all their funding in the US for Riot Games. Like, that is just huge, dude. That's a huge thing. So hopefully this does not happen. I mean, we're going through a ton of stuff in the world right now, wars and all that stuff. So I don't really know why this is needed at all whatsoever, but I guess we'll simply have to wait and see what happens with this. But on a lighter note, Tim Sweeney, the Epic Games CEO, got a win today. So Fortnite is now returning to the Google Play Store globally soon. Epic and Google have settled all their disputes worldwide, including US, Australia, and UK. And Google is opening up Android to competing stores and payment systems. So a huge win to Tim Sweeney and the Epic Games team. But aside from that, another kind of loss was yesterday. So in case you guys missed it, a ton of Fortnite players lost a ton of V-Bucks to steal a brain rot. So this is definitely a must read. So if you guys currently use bots on Discord for your Epic Games account or your Fortnite account, please remove all access to it, guys. Like, any sort of like third-party app for Discord and Fortnite, it's now like at a huge risk. So these third-party apps were actually stealing your money and buying steal a brain rot items and just kind of selling them on eBay and stuff like that. It's actually pretty wild. Make sure you guys definitely pause the raid and remove any sort of access to your Epic Games account from Discord. And finally speaking, it's now been 6 months since Epic Games promised to update Fortnite Ballistic, and yet there's not a single update on the news. So yeah, kind of sad about that. But with that being said, my friends, that's the gist as far as what to expect tonight. A few collaborations and essentially for the final update of Season 1, which we are definitely anticipating a ton of stuff for Season 2. So thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, thank you guys so much for all the birthday wishes. I will see you guys in tonight's 4 a.m. update.